Hello and welcome, Dog Shadow crew. My name's Belth and this is Dog Shadow Gaming. And today I thought we'd do a new series on Total Warhammer 2. This is the Total War series. It's a personal favourite of mine. I really do enjoy playing this game. And yeah, I just thought we could throw one up, see how it went, and see if everybody liked it. As always, guys, if you do enjoy it, then leave a comment, like, subscribe, and tick the bell if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, then just like and follow and share the page. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll choose a new campaign. We'll go Mortal Empires. Continue.
I am Tyrion.
Alright, so I was thinking for this Let's Play, I mean, we can do, there's Chaos, there's the Vampires, the Orcs, yeah, we have High Elves, the Bretonnians, yeah, we could do the Wood Elves, yeah. I'm feeling like, why don't we do the Dwarves? Oldie but goldie, I love Dwarves, it's my favourites. We'll go. We could do the Slayer, although the rumour has it that they're changing the starts, and he's one of the definite confirmed lords to get changed back to Karakate Peaks. So I'm not. Oh, sorry, Karakadron, I should say. He gets changed back to where he should be, which is Karakadron, I should say.
Lord of the Anglo.
I don't mind him.
You know who I am.
Yeah, I reckon that let's do the White Dwarf Grombrindle. Yeah, let's do him. Cool. We'll do. Yep, that looks good. When we'll get into it. Yeah, I'll leave it on normal. It's fine. On a visit to Karak, the White Dwarf witnesses Thorgrim vanquishing the Greenskins and dared skulk in the shadow of the Everpeak. The Orcs of the Bloody Spears were routed with many sent scurrying into the pillars of Grungi. Whilst witnessing the events, Grumbiddle had remained incognito, but at this outrage he reveals himself to the High King, pledging to take a throng of willing Dawi and recapture the sacred site. Okay. We've made promises to the king, peeps. We've got to make sure it happens. So we'll see how this one goes. If we like it, then yeah, we'll put some more up.
Hail to you, Grombrindle, ancestor of legend. You have secured Karak, defended it from the green-skinned fiends, and put their gutless horde to rout. Yet more remains undone. The bloody spears still infest the mountains to the east, setting up their hovels amidst your sacred pillars. Dwarfen lands lay sullied by their sickening taint. You must be the hero of the ancient sagas, and march for their deliverance. To the south, yet more vicious Urki and Groby lay ready to strike at your kin. Perhaps even the loathsome Black Goblin. Know that there are other dwarfen lords who would gladly ally with one so legendary as you, for common cause. The dwarfs will know a new age of prosperity, heralded by the battle cry of Grombrindle, the White Dwarf.
Right, okay. So, now we're on normal. I could play hard, but, you know, I just want to take it easy and relax. Here we go.
Recorded in the venerable book of...
We are going to start off.
How can I help?
We're going to recruit through these guys. And we'll start with... We'll start with these guys. And we're gonna start with a... We're gonna upgrade our main keep, which gives us all these great bits and pieces and increases the garrison. And this one here, income generate 300 gold gemstones, which are good for trading with. Also, you need them for the new forge, I believe. And we're going to end it there. So what we're going to do is just takes one turn just to get a couple more frontline troops, basically, because what we've got at the moment is a heap of special troops and not a lot of frontline. And with the dwarves, they're really, really tanky, so you want a decent front line because I mean, the way I tend to play them is run a decent front line and then bombard them with just like grudge throwers and use your drakes. And they don't have a cavalry unit as such. I mean, the closest thing that I can think of they've got cavalry is their slayers. And we don't have access to them for a while.
Vigil on expenditure must be maintained for your domain to prosper. Be sure to keep a close watch on you.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Alright, so here we go. Now that we've got our front line nice and ready, well, see, there you go.
Weary of battle, my lord.
Oh, we're not going to grow weary of battle anytime soon. So we're going to fight this one. This should be a ruffle stomp. If we'd gone in there without that front line, we would have had a lot tighter time of it. But with the good front line, solid front line, it's going to be a lot better. And now we not only have a stronger front line, we have superior numbers, which is what we wanted. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run. Nope, that's wrong. We want out the front. There we go. So we're going to start this way. These guys are going to be our scouts. They're going to do some ruffle stomping. We're going to keep these guys there. And basically, we're just going to spread this line a little. I'm going to put these guys on the outside. Pop you in the center. That should just about do us. We're going to want to be out to the right here, behind these guys, and behind these guys. And you're just going to want to, yeah, stay about there. Okay, so we can do that now. So we'll grab our troops. We want to...
valleys and stranger formations of this place to your advantage, Commander. The terrain can conceal your forces.
Yes, they certainly can. Sorry, I'm a little bit rusty. And why are you doing that? Don't know why is it doing that. Alright, so we're going to be fighting uphill if we go that way, which isn't amazing. But then, yeah, so we're going to want to come across here. Gives us some small cover coming through the trees. They do have 2 archers. We've got 1, and we've got the drakes, but we also have the war machine, the brimstone flying gyrocopters, which are fun. And so what we're going to do is we're going to sneak these little buggers over here.
Your troops will fire at will with...
Yes, they will. Okay, we're going to want to...
As you say. Fast as you're able.
He's got his archers there trying to defend, but that's okay.
Nothing could stop us. Shine like grow through marsh and mountain.
It's alright, you want to leave 2 guys out of the battle, that's cool. I'm down with that.
The white dwarf. I shall.
Okay. And in we come. Whoa. Get over here. Let's draw these guys away. Divide and conquer, gentlemen. Divide and conquer.
The enemy attack your flank.
In go our brimstone guns. Turn around and flank. And we're going to attack here. You, I want to head straight into there. Okay, you, I want to pull around out the side. Okay, now that they're distracted, I'm going to bring them into the rear. Yeah. Come on. They're surrounded and they're fine, so moving over to the side here, we're going to try and flank. We're both firing on those archers. Bring in for the... Can't take my eyes off these guys for a second. They start firing into our own people. Okay. And so what we've done here is we've just tried to sandwich them. Hammer and anvil it's called. Yeah, they'll melt under that. No. What are you doing? Do as you're told. Friggin' hell. Okay, we have routed the general. So we want to pick up the kill here. Yeah, getting melted. Yeah, I'm doing well here. Move around this side. Getting melted. You're not going to catch. Dwarves are very slow. They are very heavily armored, giant tanks, and they do quite decent damage, but they are just like turtles, so slow. I don't know if we're going to get this guy, are we? Tell you what we are going to do. Let's see if we can kill him. Come on. No, I don't think it's going to happen. We'll send them both after him, see what we can do. Get back on it already, would you? Alright, there we go, we got a rout. Now we do want to... We could just end the battle, but we do want to kind of really annihilate them as much as we can, because that's the problem with dwarves. You're not going to catch most... no, you're not going to catch most of them because they're so slow. Again, it's like a turtley faction. I mean, it's typical dwarf type stuff. If you know anything about dwarves as a mythical species in the fantasy type lore, the stuff from Warhammer really does follow that mythical stuff laid down so long ago. Now, we've done pretty well. How did we go there? Deployed 7. We only took 161 losses. They took 260. Could have been better. Yeah, well, it's all right. It's all right. Yep. We're going to kill the rest of them. We're going to execute the presidents. Okay, so done.
The group will maintain one of their slum camps beneath the pillars of Bruni. Sin that cannot remain in the Damaskron any longer.
Okay.
The pillars must be returned to Dwarfen hands.
So we've got still pretty good. We're actually still not too bad. So, I mean, what we can do is we'll put him some plate on him, and what we could do is we could. What's our money situation?
How can I help?
We could probably take it, but I feel like if we do
Our enemies shall tremble.
6 in the front line, maybe one of those. Gives us 5 on the front line. Okay, we'll just sit pretty for a second. He may or may not come out of there and try and attack us again. We'll see. We'll speed this up as it's going through the other factions. I don't think so. I think we got the numbers. They're not going to want to come out and play. Also, we haven't moved into reinforcement range. So if we moved over that border into reinforcement range, then we'd be in a bit of trouble. So he's jumped in there. It will have a garrison of some description. But I feel like with our extra units that we're recruiting this turn and some healthy replenishment, we should be okay. Okay, so when you play Grombrindle, you do get... well, I'll read it for you. He's a living ancestor, basically. He's like a living god. Such is the age and renown of the White Dwarf that many sagas say he strode with the ancestor gods themselves. It is a claim the White Dwarf does not refute, and no one dares challenge, for to doubt Grombrindle's word or call him false would surely end badly for the accuser. So as part of this, I think it's every month or season or however they work it out, we get to have one of these, basically. So melee defense plus 10, melee, reload time, melee, so basically that's attacking, enemy wins of magic, has a replenishment rate, which is nice, public order plus 10, which is nice, untainted plus 10 is nice, research rate plus 20, upkeep minus 20, construction cost minus 10, so that's a good one to get you started, I think. So since we're gonna be doing a lot of building, I'm good, I don't need your assistance. So that's like the reinforcement area. So if you go in there, you're not just fighting them, you're fighting the other ones, but that's okay, we can handle it. Yeah, we're gonna fight this one. This should be some pretty good fun, I think. So I apologise, guys, if the sound seems a little bit echoey. It's part of my moving. I don't know if you've seen it on my Instagram. As part of moving, I'm trying to get everything organised, and so I'm actually playing in my lounge room, which is a big open plan. So it's quite a large room. I was doing all of my recording in a little office room, but we've had to turn that one into a bedroom. Well, a sort of a storage area while we're organising the move. So, okay, let's have a look. Have we... No reinforcements. So they're all going to be straight onto us. Where do we want to fight this? This is kind of even territory, so we kind of do want to fight it here. So we're going to throw the guys in the front again. We're going to whack these guys out way over here on the flank. We're going to put these guys over this flank because we really want to shoot down, and we're going to put these guys on this flank because we want to get in behind and shoot them. I feel like we've got numbers enough, and we'll just pop you there because you'll be running through in no time. So we're looking pretty healthy. Let's start the battle. Yep, that worked nicely. Okay, here we go. What are you doing? They're going to try and hit us. They're going to try and hit us. What they're trying to do is force us to fight up the hill. We do not want to do that. So what we can do, have we got archers? 2 archers. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to send these guys over here. See if we can't have a little play with them. What do we got? So bombardment, small strike area, powerful explosion, strong versus multiple combatants, weak versus single combatant. So this is a good one. You can drop it on their heads, I believe. Which is one we'll want to use when we get time. Once they blob up, we'll want to do this. So what I'm doing here is I'm just I'm gently nudging them, you know what I mean? They'll want to bring in their archers over here to try and check me here, basically, which is fine because what I'm trying to do is play for time to get up, so I'm not fighting uphill. Because in this game, think of it like Sun Tzu's Codex of War. You don't want to be fighting uphill. If you fight uphill, you take a disadvantage. It's only slight, but over a battle, it can make a big difference. over an extended time. So now that we've moved, we'll wait till we move fully into position. See how he's moved onto the high ground? He's also got forest to the back of him. So this forces us to fight uphill one way or the other. However, I feel like that was a worse situation for us, so that's okay. We still do have the numbers. What we're going to have to do is move our Iron Drakes to this side. And we're going to want to move our archers to here. Once that happens, we're going to move up a little bit. So we'll just speed it up a little bit while I get that happening. Because you're going to want to sit there, bored. Okay, come on, guys. Yep. Okay, you boys are in place. Okay, let's move up. Here we go. And we don't... This is also a bit shit, because... I'm just going to walk up for a little bit. Okay, we're going to roll back to... Now we're going to do the charge. I'm going to go and hit these guys.
Is it time? Down! Point! Ready to strike! Score! Ready to strike! Gyrocopter! Whoa! Strike on!
Okay, now we have numbers. But we don't want to do that, so get around. Okay, so we're going to want to come over here. And there we go, that wasn't too bad. Okay, we got another one here. We're going to move over there. And go. Not a bad one. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, Iron Drakes, you're going to sit up here because anything that turns around is just going to get flamed. Oh, the enemy general's down. That should pretty much do us. Now, because we're attacking a base, if they run, we don't need to run them down so much. We can to get a couple extra points. I've always tried to do that, but realistically, they all die. So that was a pretty good run. We managed to get some good bombing runs in there. We got some good Iron Drakes. That's going to route them straight to the lines there. Who have we still got left? Not much. We're going to bring them in and clear them up. Right, so we're chasing them right to the fence, so that one's chasing. Yeah, this is fairly good. Yep, out they go, and we are done. Excellent. So that was a quick one. Fairly textbook. What I'll try and do for the next couple is once we've got the general play down, I'll try and like zoom in for you, because this game really looks awesome when you zoom in and see the fighting happening. They've done a really good job with it. So how did we go that one? Let's have a look. So we only took 98 losses. They didn't take... Oh, they took a lot there. So, pretty good. This game is very much around, once your leader goes down, the army whose leader has gone down or died takes a massive morale hit. So, and orcs are pretty easy to rout, generally. Okay, so with some options here, we can raise it. All the buildings destroyed in the settlement is torched. We get 180 loot from that. We can sack it. Do not capture the settlement, but instead steal wealth and damage buildings. All captives are enslaved. Public order is reduced. You get a little bit of that, but you get a minus to province stability. Now, this is our first province, so we want to do that. Loot and occupy. You gain wealth from looting, but buildings in the settlement are damaged. All captives are enslaved. Public order is greatly reduced. You don't really want to do that either, because it's not really worth the money. So this one here, and the captives are killed, so that's the one we want. There we go. So we've now got our second one.
Gyrocopter scouts report of a greenskin migration heading northwards.
Ooh, there's our first.
And swell the mobs of a dread orc warlord who travels towards the Badlands. Whatever they are up to, they must be stopped. Summon the throng.
Okay, so our first one is ambush at the Thundering Falls. Win the following battle. Okay, so this is a quest battle. Dragon Helm. Yep. So enemy forces. They are going to have a heap of goblins. So shit. They're going to be trying to get around our rear. They're going to be trying to get around our rear, and they will have a Doom Driver catapult, which is basically a catapult with pretty good accuracy. So this is not a problem. Like, this is who cares, like, we'll plow through them. They'll get in our back lines if we're not careful, so that'll be a problem. And we can't just sit and turtle, because we'll just get pounded to pieces. So we kind of want a grudge shoulder to reply to that.
We have been put to work fixing up the captured city, sire. Yet there are many grudges still to settle. Perfidious manlings and bloodthirsty vampires threaten your kind in the north. And your mountain will never be safe while a single greenskin draws breath. To war!
Okay, so basically you've got three lines here. So you've got basically your martial skills here, which are like individual personal skills for the general. So this is charge bonus, melee, hit points, weapon strength. And then you've got inspirational. So these are leader kind of things. They give you melee defense +4 for warriors. They're all leader stuff. And then down here is more sort of general campaign kind of things, which are very strong. So that's a good one there. So recruitment rank +1 for all units. That's really good, because every time you recruit, those ranks go up. Plus it starts excellently with, you've got your trade. The dwarves have very high leadership normally, but doing that anyway isn't too bad when you first start off. They're one of the higher leadership factions. So these guys are still building. They're going to be done next turn. We're running 1,221 per turn in the Greek, which is good, and we got about 5-7. So we're not doing too badly. We've got this going on, which is great. I feel like we could probably go and take this, but not this turn because we already attacked. So what we'll probably do is we need that grudge thrower, don't we? Although we can just take the gyrocopters down there and smash him, which would work perfectly well, wouldn't it? There's not much we can do now. Oh, hang on. So down here, objectives. So this just tells you your objectives. So run a long campaign or a short campaign. So we'll probably just run the short campaign. Yeah, okay. You got diplomacy here.
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy, my lord. Consider your situation carefully before accepting any agreement.
Cool. So these are these are the other dwarfs. So we've got the Greybeard Prospectors down here, so we can go and say hello. Non-aggression pact. Let's see if they take it. Yeah, they're going to take it. And we'll go Zulfbar, which is just above us. So let's go and see if we can do a non-aggression. Now, when you do these, they come up. So if I do this and I go, see how they're red? That means he's definitely not going to do it. Yellow is a possibility. You might have to, bribe them or, increase it. And green's pretty much, you got dark green, very friendly, and then you got friendly and improving. So that's good. We want the dwarves. We want the men. That's great. We want Empires of Man. We're going to be at war with just about every single Orcs because the Dwarfs really hate the Orcs, which is cool. These guys are cool. I wonder if they will... No, so they're not ready. Vampires are no, cannot be doing anything with them. We're Dwarves. Okay, so then we've got your tree. So this is about to happen here, which is cool. Then you've got your grudge book. So as things happen, you get your book of grudges with the Dwarves. And then the new one that's happened, upgrade, is here. So this is where you can forge certain things. So we've got 30 of these, so we can actually forge this, the Slayer's Axe, if we want, which would be pretty cool, and Ranger's Warhammer, which gives us weapon strength and the bonus versus large charge. We have enough for any of these. Melee defense, expert charge defense, armor piercing damage, bonus versus infantry. That's probably not bad. Armor piercing plus 30 enables sundering attacks. That's pretty good. Weapon strength, melee defense, bonus versus large enables flaming attacks. That's pretty cool. So we don't have the things for those yet, though. We will have these once our mine gets happening. Armor piercing, bonus versus infantry. I think we'll start with that. So let's forge that. Miner's pickaxe. So we have that. So what else can we do? We've run out of our stuff. That's cool. So what we want to do is we're going to go to Grombrindle now, and we're going to go, that's not what we want, here. So we do have a weapon. Let's pop that on him now, and we've already got our traits in, so that's cool. So we'll pick them up as we kill people and move along. So let's end the turn there, and we'll move on to our next one. This is an amazing game. So if you haven't, I mean, if you've played this before, then I'm playing on the very basics. I'm playing normal. I'm just doing this more for beginners and people who haven't really played it. It's an amazing game. You can play this multiplayer, so you can pick different factions. You can be the elves and you can be the dwarves. I love multiplayer. I've played it a lot. I haven't played, to be honest with you, for 3-4 months much, but it's probably one of the best strategy games. It's definitely, I mean, it's my favourite of the Total War series, hands down.
Be sure to make use of the underway when moving your folk around the mountains, sire. Much time can be saved when travelling below ground.
So the dwarves, the Skaven beastmen have their own thing, but the dwarves and the Skaven can actually travel underground, so they can actually zip over here if they want to. And I will show you in one of the following turns. We're going to go and take this, which should be a rather simple one. Alright, so this one, I'm not even going to fight this one because this is just so ridiculous. We're just going to ruffle stumps. So we'll do an auto resolve on this one. Decisive victory, so we didn't even take any damage. That one would have been boring to watch. Okay, so we managed to take, so now we have our first province. This is a province here. And booyah. We can do leadership +5 for infantry, melee attack. So we want to get that because we're gonna, for a little while, we're going to be using those dwarves, these guys here, as our main line, and so we really need to strengthen them up. As you get further and you get this 2 tiers higher than this, however, dwarves are very, very expensive, so later on when you've got like 10 or 12 armies, or probably dwarves rarely get that high, probably say 5 or 6, they're going to be quite expensive, so having these base guys pretty good for less money is always a winner. Now we've got another point here, so we'll go, we can't trade with anybody yet, but we will be able to soon. So we're going to do that and get it started. So this is the map here. This is, you got the Shroud of War around here. We can see this. So we're here now. We've got the I think it's called the Silver. It'll tell us in a second. We've got this one here, and it's a province. Ownership. Blah 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 blah. Okay, vampiric corruption, climate. So you can add these different points. Ownership, so we own that, so we'll leave that on. Diplomatic status, you can do that. Attitude, wealth, yep, and so forth and so on. So we have now opened, we've got 2 of these now. Now when you are building, it is important to realize that like certain things, this can only go to level 3, and this E does only go to level 3, so you're actually better off doing your second one of these here. However, you got to wait until this one upgrades, which means you've got to wait until it can. This is going to give us more money, which is certainly not a problem. We've got 2k coming in, so it's not a massive issue now. What we do kind of want is more quarrelers, though. We do really want those because they are, for the dwarves, they just, there's a big punch to them. So we do really want those. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that because it's well worth the investment. And later on, we will swap it into here. We're going to want, what else have we got here? Definitely going to want this, because this is what we were talking about before. We want that one because that builds our, if you click on it, well, I had it there before. That builds our grudge throwers, basically. Now, as you can see here, our public order is -9. So public order is not great at the moment, and it's getting worse. So what we want to do is we want to try and increase that public order. So Dwarf Beer Resources produces 6 kegs so that you can trade those, and it's a public order. So this is a good one to have in your main city because as you go up, you get public order 12. Really, really nice. So we're going to throw that one in there. Now, we're out of money for this one, but we'll be able to put it in next turn. Cool. All right. We're going to leave that there for now. Now, because we took our first province, as I said earlier, we can put a dictate. Untainted public order, so that would help the public order, but we're going to tax rate will increase, growth and additional tradable resources production, construction costs, recruitment costs. So that's a good one to have right now as we are constructing. And moving on. So we'll click this one on, let's see if we can get it to go through a little bit quicker. Okie dokie. So I'll make this episode a little bit longer just so people, get into it because there's a lot of explanation in this one.
A barbarous race of savage killers. They think of nothing except violence. Keep your weapons close at hand in any dealings with them.
Okay, will do. Thanks, buddy. All right, so as I said before, we can now pop this up if we want to. So we're going to do that because that's a good investment for money. Now, we can go straight for this, or we can take this guy out here. Hang on. Do we have trade? We do have. Now, we have non-aggression pact. We have military access, so we can. These are these guys here. And they do really like us. So let's see if we can get a trade agreement with them, because that can be quite lucrative.
Let us feast and drink.
What have we got? Oh, we've got a trade agreement. Okay. Military access, not aggression. Yeah, there we go. Trade agreement. Yep, cool. So we could try a defensive alliance. Oh, there we go. Got a defensive alliance. Cool. So what that basically means is defensive alliance means that if they're attacked, we will come and help them. You don't have to, but if you don't, they tend to get a little bit pissy. If they attack somebody else, we don't necessarily need to get involved though. When you have a military agreement, you do. Don't want notification for this character. Okay. We're almost at full strength again. So we're going to wait one more turn because once... Yep, I gotcha. We're going to wait a couple more turns because once... We got one more turn till this is rocking and rolling, and then another turn to build, because once we've got our grudge throwers, that's going to be rocking. The other side of things here is we've just gone into positives for public order, and our army being in the province is boosting that massively. So as soon as we step out, that's going to go back into negatives until this is built. So we kind of want to wait 2 turns. Now, what we could do is if we wait 1 turn and then we can go down and kill these guys. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to kick back, get fully strengthed up again, and then we'll go in and have a bit of a battle, see if we can take Carrick-Dawn. Carrick-Dawn is the province there. The second one is down here and then down, I think it's that one, and there's one down further.
Power comes to parley, demanding a change in your mutual relations. Consider their
Right, so they're saying they're going to offer us 300 gold and we got to join a war against whoever these guys are, wherever they are. Now, they're the only orcs that we're not at war with, so this isn't really going to hurt us. So I'm just going to accept. Normally, you don't want to get pulled into wars, but the other thing you don't understand is also from a diplomacy standpoint, the more you're at war with factions that you're factional, so like me being at war with all the orcs gives me really good standing with the humans and the other dwarves. Obviously, the other orcs aren't going to like it, but too bad. Okay, so now that we have that, we've got construction ready to go. We can now upgrade to our second one. So we'll probably do that. But also we now can recruit. There we go, grudge throwers. So we're probably going to want another one of these guys. And maybe 2 and one of those. Cool. Now we don't need this guy. And we don't need these guys. They're not amazing. I gotta be honest with you. We're gonna keep these guys because they actually do hurt quite a bit. That's gonna give us 3 archers and a run. Yeah, run cost isn't too bad. I'd probably go. We can only do 3 at a time. If we do, oh no, we can do up to 4. Cool. So that's pretty good backline now. It's gonna pull out some pretty good fire. From there, we are going to probably go down here and smash these guys, then race back up here. Because you don't want to take off up here and leave these guys just hanging around because they're going to come and hit us again. Aha. So now Zulfbar is asking for a defensive alliance. Now there's a couple of things I could do here. I could go moderate. Yeah, if they were really highly wanting it, then we could extort a bit of money out of them. But we're not going to because we want to be friends with them because later on you can bring them into your faction. Okay, let's see what you're going to do. So he's just going to sit there. This could be interesting. We're going to turn that on again, get it moving. In the Mortal Empires, there's so many different factions now. I mean, it's cool, but it just means you got to wait. Okay, melee attack, so that's good. That's good. So let's check this out. What do we got? Yep. Yeah. We're going to want to go on that. Okay. So from here, we've got a pretty strong army. What's he got? Yeah, I think we're going to play. So from here, you can change, and this is what I was talking about before. So this is the different stances your army is in, and this greatly affects how you go to battle. In this case, we're going to come here and hope he tries to intercept us. So that's how, like, we went underground basically, and the orcs, Skaven, and dwarves can do that. The beastmen have what they call like beastmen pathways, which is basically the same thing. You can get intercepted while you're doing it. The elves have like tree roots, and I think that's it. Everybody else goes on to the surface. Okay, so now, let's see how that went up, and that was at plus 12, and we were already at plus 2, so pulling the army pulled out. We are just at plus 4, so we just need to be careful of that. Once this hits, this was a bit of a waste, actually. Well, it wasn't, because we did get our quarrelers. And once this hits level 2, I can upgrade this, and then we can use this spot for something else if we want to. So let's see what he does. If it was me, I would pull back to my base where I have a better defensive position and you've got a garrison there to buff your army. And by buff, I mean extra units, because garrisons have, like, all the different buildings here have actual garrisons of units. I'm going to turn this up. Here we go. He did take the bait, and now he's attacking us, which is exactly what we wanted. Now, okay. So here's where you gotta run your armies together and really have a good look at it. Now, Grombrindle's pretty tanky and pretty tough. He's not super duper tanky and tough, but he's pretty good. So the armor, he's only got 70 armor. We've got 126, so we're much better. Our leadership is way higher, so we outrank that boss. So a one-on-one, we're probably going to kick his ass. We've got our weapons strength is very good. We've got magic attacks and armor piercing. He's got none of that. So we're going to, one-on-one, we're going to kick their ass. These guys, one-on-one, 85 armor, 74 leadership, speed, attack is 24, melee defense, 42. Yeah, we're going to win. So out and out, we're going to win. He has slightly more troops. We've got to be really careful we don't let these guys get into our back lines. Then these guys are really good at taking out armor too, so we really want to pin them down. They're squishy as hell, but if they get in close range, they can really mess things up. So they're going to go straight for these guys, and we want to just keep and back lines. We just want to keep them away from that. So we're probably going to use our gyrocopters to really harass them straight up, and also these guys. Now we want to be very careful of our guys here so they don't get wiped out. And yeah, so basically we're going to run a line. We're going to try and keep them in our front lines and not get into our back lines and take out our more squishy archers. But we have the huge range advantage with the grudge throwers. They're armor piercing and anti-infantry, and he doesn't have anything like that can really shoot from long range. So we're going to fight this, and here we go. The only thing that's missing from this one compared to say like the Shogun series, or Shogun 2 at least, was in the Shogun 2 series, when they would start a battle, the leader of whatever clan you're playing would do this cool speech and rally up the men. I do kind of miss that. Like, it would have been really cool to have Grombrindle do a speech to the dwarves. That would have been pretty epic. Okay, so the beautiful thing about an underway battle is we're actually under the ground. As you can see, we're in a canyon. And it's a dwarf, there's dwarf everywhere. And they're up here, right? So they may be able to get in the back, so you've got to be careful of that. But basically, they're coming that way. And generally, they don't come in the back. So what we want to do here is we're going to want to have our archers shoot as much as possible along with our Iron Drakes, so our Quarrelers and our Iron Drakes, and then as soon as they get close, we just want to fold them into the back lines and let them fire over the tops. Yeah, so we are going to go, I'm going to put you here, we're going to go bang, 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 and we're going to run you across the front like so. And we're going to run you there like so. Cool. And now we're going to take our Iron Drakes and we're just going to go... Oh.
Dwarf warriors, vengeance!
I'm going to do that. Because basically they're going to fire as hardcore as they can. And then peel back in. So that's the plan, right? These guys, yeah, they're pretty good where they are. I'm quite literally going to sit you there to give as much. That's his influence ring. So he boosts the morale of those around him. As you can see, it kind of starts at our front line. So that's not a bad set up where it is, to be honest, and we could move it a little bit closer to get even more firing down range on them. What I'm going to actually do is whack it like this so that I get the whole tier here, and then as we get into front line I can actually shoot down range across my guys without necessarily hitting them. Because if they're straight on, the guys hit, it's very hard for them to actually hit from that point. So it's a tactic based on... No, that's wrong. So we don't want to do that. There you go. So we got... You want to move in a little bit closer? Nope. Damn it. There we go. Okay, so that should be pretty good. We've got full field of fire, and they can shoot either side. Right, so we're sitting in a pretty good place. Let's start it off. Okay, so what we do have to be careful is somebody coming in the back here.
Your ranged weapons may prove decisive in the coming battle, Commander.
They're definitely going to prove decisive.
Against the enemy from afar.
So
but be sure to protect them as well.
Those little skulker blokes, the guys I was saying that are really good at armor if they're getting close, they have like cloaking, so you've got to get pretty close to them before they actually appear on the map. And that's why we've got our scouts here, and their job, quite frankly, is to spot the little buggers. And as you can see, our grudgies are hammering in already. Now I can direct them at who I want to fire to. Here they come. They're going to try and shoot down my gyrocopters. But they're going to be a bit slow. This is fine. Like I'm okay with this because basically what we're going to do is bait them in, and now they're getting wrecked. Misdirection. Alright. Okay, and our guys are moving back through the lines. We're braced to take it. Now we want to go find those skulkers, because they are definitely around here somewhere. There they are. Okay, so let's head over here, and there we go. We're going to move down here. Yeah, well done. Okay, so we've got some good deliveries on that. I'm going to take out those skulkers. Yeah, they're getting pounded. Okay. Archers are moving back. Okay, in we go. And so this is what we were talking about. So we're going to want to take them out, and we're going to want to come down here. So now we're going to... Okay, you're going to want to come down here. Don't get involved in the fight. Yeah. Okay, move back in here. We don't want you fighting. You're going to want to go here. You're going to want to take that. So we're going to back you out. And we're going to back you out over here. Come on, mate. Do as you're told. Come on. So what we're doing is we're trying to take out any range that they have. Let's see if we can get a better firing line on these guys. So we're winning along the lines here. We're not really having any hard times. We've just routed their general. Grombrindle's just routed the hell out of them. Yeah, you really need to get out of the fight. You're not melee based at all. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we go. We're actually getting some firing arcs. We really want... See now, they snuck in to my back lines there. We're lucky, because that would have hurt. But did manage to sneak in there. We've been trying to do that the whole game. So we're just going to let the guys really do their job and pound as much of these guys as we can, kill as much as we can, because otherwise we're going to have to fight him again. Well, we're probably going to have to fight him again anyway, because he'll just run back to base now. So as much as we can, we want to kill them. It's less people to fight in the next battle. And that's probably... that's probably about it. Yeah, cool. So, good battle there. Good battle. Didn't really get much on the Iron Drakes in that one. They were stuck in behind these guys. It was a solid fight. I mean, we lost 192, they lost 797. So we did well. Just would have liked to have got those Iron Drakes around behind. They would have devastated. This is, the Iron Drakes are like an N tier unit normally. So to have them this early on is just, you really want to maximize that advantage. Yeah, we're going to execute the captives. And that's good. He ran the opposite way. That's great, because what that means now is we're going to come out of this stance and we're going to hit him again while his morale is down. So we're going to come out.
Send your warriors out to slaughter the peasants and burn their village.
Yeah, we're not going to slaughter any peasants. We are going to have another battle here and destroy the remnants of this army. Now, what has he got left? He's going to be like our big target, because if we can smash him, the rest are going to fall like dominoes. Okay, so with those nasty skulkers, we don't want to fight in here. We want to use our ranged advantage. So we really want to be over here and trying our best to draw them to us, because we can just sit with the grudgies if we want to, turtle up. It's not the most fun way to do it, but you can. I feel like we're going to want to... Have they got archers left? They've got one little... Oh, they've got some wolf archers and they've got some of this. So I'm going to put these guys over here. Hopefully it'll push them away from there. Okay, we're going to want to whack those guys. Yep, like that. And so let's... there we go. Yep, I like that. And we're going to be... Yeah, we're good. Let's go. Okie dokie.
The enemy approach on mounts, Commander. Keep your vulnerable units closer.
Okay, so we're going to just... I didn't move them to either side on this one, and the reason for that is we don't necessarily have the advantage of closed walls off. So if I pull them out here, it's going to encourage them to come around there. We're going to try and flank one way or the other. But our job today is to make sure that if they do... So at this stage, our nasty skulkers are somewhere. They're somewhere here. So if they're over here, we're going to find them. There they are. I knew they'd be there. But what we want to do is get rid of these guys. because they're going to be the problem if they get into the back lines. Luckily for us, they're extremely weak, and with 2 people firing on them, we shouldn't have too much of a problem with routing them, I should say. So we really want to engage, because they're going to come straight at our. We got the nasty skulkers there, so they're gonna open up any second now. That's all right. We're okay with that. Yeah, that's going to work beautifully. Now, where are you, Grombrindle? Go straight for that Orc Chieftain. Okay, we're going to run them back. We're going to want to stay with them and run them off the field. So guys on this side are getting fired upon here. They will eventually attack. Okay, so the Orc Chieftain is dead. That's a big morale. That's gonna hurt. Okay, so the majority of their army's on this side. We're gonna want to be over here. So move as quick as we can. We want you to attack these guys. Moving in, enfolding them. Okay, yeah, this is good. You need to get around here. Where are our... Yep, so they're just making sure they don't come back, which is good. They're just chasing them off the field. We don't want them back. Ah, there we go. Okay. So again, we're going to let them just smash as much of them as we can. We just want them to get as annihilated as humanly possible. So we'll just let our boys do our thing. See what we can chase. Yeah, see what I mean? With the dwarves, they're just not good at it. I can't really catch them. I mean, these guys are going to get a couple of cool kills. Oh, we didn't use our bombs. That was silly. There we go. That's cool. We got those. It's good. Don't want to kill our own guys though, so might end it there before we end up killing our own blokes. All right. So that was a pretty good victory. We took 40 losses, they took 415, so that was pretty decisive. Again, going after the general doesn't always work. I mean, it depends on what kind of general you got. Is he a duelist? Is he a tank? You know, if they had a stronger general, that sometimes doesn't work. I mean, there are some of the dwarf generals that are just like, they're like a brick mountain or just a mountain. You just whack them in the front of your army and they'll just sit there all day. So we want to do that because that gives our leadership. So he just took a hiding and now he's taking attrition as well. So that's good for us. What do we get out of that? So greenskin, like all slimy fungus, must be wiped from the boot whenever trodden upon. Achieve victory over greenskins multiple times. So that's given us a leadership boost when we're fighting greenskins, which is cool. Battle equipment gained. What equipment did we gain? Okay, so we gained Shield Breaker, Follower gained. So this is a follower that you can put in your retinue. So +4 leadership, +4 leadership during subterranean. Oh, and we got some new armor. Melee defense, magic resistance. Excellent. Cool. All right. So we've got some skill points here. If we do, I'm thinking. Yeah, we want to do that because that is strong as. As you can see, these already have a rank 1 from the battles. These are our original guys. Okay, so from here, we're going to chase him down, see if we can't. Yeah. I'm not going to fight this one because it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to whoop their ass, so let's just do that.
Victory is yours, my lord. But what about the fate of those captured in
Oh, they're dying. If they were humans, we might consider taking them and ransoming them.
has marched all it can.
I know. All right, so from here, now that this is undefended, we can go and take it. The only problem with taking it is you've got Black Crag and there's another one here that are part of that province. So trying to defend it is going to be tough. What we don't want is to give it to the enemy. And in this case, it might be a case of fire and burn. I'd rather them have to try and resettle it and rebuild it than me take it and then be too far away for me to really defend it or look after it. It's going to be more of a drag on my economy than it's going to be a good benefit. It's not a it's a good strategic point if you want to attack here. It's not a good strategic point to come down here. I mean, you can take on this one down here, but one of the biggest orc badasses, Grimgor, has his base just here, and you early on. You can fight him, I mean, you can, but I'd rather not. I want to go up here and do this here, and potentially get a couple of bases up here, because they're pretty much defended. There's a back couple here that you've got dwarves all along the front here fighting vampires and that. They barely get touched, but really good gold mine up here too for money. Okay. Now, this little hammer shows us that we actually have something ready to build. I'm going to go, what have we got? We've got 6, so we can do that. Yeah, I think we can go there. And then we're going to go, how's our, yeah, it's better, it's going down. So yeah, that's good. So I can either put I can put up a watch room, which gives us grudge thrower, dwarf warrior, great weapons, and quarrelers with great weapons. This is a garrison, and then you move up to this. They're really good because they just help to keep away little marauding things. This early on, though, we'd probably be okay going with growth to try and get this up as quickly as possible. So I think we've already got one. So what we might do, yeah, we'll go with a Tinker. Tinker gives us turns income. So it's just a flat stick income. So we're going to do that. And that's not bad. So we're going to get a 200 income out of that. As you can see, they're trying to rebuild. So we're going to want to move. We're going to get it next turn. They're not going to have much going on there. Let's have a look. See, and this is their main base here, and this is the one. Now, they're all 3 different clans, so that's cool. But we could take this one. We can take this one easy enough, but then you're going to be battling it out for this one. And these two are a bit of a drain without it. So, I mean, it can be done, but not worth the time. We want to head up this way. Just want to kill this. We're going to click on speed. Yeah, cool. We'll probably take this out and then call it, because that'll be about an hour and a half for our first episode. And we'll just see if you guys like it. If you like it, fantastic, we can keep going. Or you might go, I like it, but I want to try another faction. We can do that too. Dwarves are, in some ways, they're the easiest race to start with. They're probably the most forgiving, to be honest with you, because they're so tanky, and they have high leadership and they're tanky, so they're quite forgiving. But they're also loads of fun to play. Pardon me. Pardon me. Oh. Cup of tea went down the wrong throat. Went down the wrong hole. Okay. Oh. Whew. Down the wrong tube. Okay, so we are a little damaged. They do have numbers. They've got 2 war bosses. However, we do have range superiority again. And our damage units are at half strength, so they're not too bad. we should be able to win this. So let's fight it. This will be our last fight for this episode. Well, you know when that happens, you just take a drink of something, all of a sudden, boom, you get a bit of pain in your throat. Oh. Okay. All right. All righty. Now, they're in behind us and they're in front of us. So what I think we should do is we're going to set up back here. So we want them to come in. We're going to smash them in like as hard as we can really quickly. And then we're going to turn our grudge throwers and just like pummel everything coming towards us to give us a bit of time because they're not going to be much use here. So first things first, we're going to want our front line to pretty much be as close to that as we can. Just spread them. We're going to surround them. We're going to want these guys here because we want them. They're going to be coming across here. Actually, we're going to probably want them over here because we're going to try and curl them in and just smash them as quickly as we can. All right. Plus, when they come here, we want these guys here ready to pummel them as they come in. We're going to want these guys like there. So even if they break through, they're not going to hit our lines here. That gives us a fairly good... I don't think they had cavalry. I can't remember now, but that's okay. We're going to run these guys here. That should give us a good overlapping fire. All right, pardon me. Okay, so we're going to want these guys around about there because our line's weakest there, and we're going to want to push them like that so they really get some good charges in. You know what? No, that's good. Okay. We're going to want our archers down here so that, again, they can fire on the incoming. So we're going to want to put them around about there. They can fire down. And you like that. And you like that. So we just want to like really hammer them as hard as we can because we want them dead as quick as we can. Now, they didn't have any archers, so this is really good for us. We're going to use these guys and just really... we're going to put Gromrindel in the front ranks or somewhere close to here. Come here, Grommy. Because we really want him to go straight after that Orc Chieftain. Like, I mean, straight after him. Alright. Let's see how it plays out. Bold plan, Cutting. Alright, boom. Cool, so they're coming in. Yeah, so straight away, I want him like...
Enemy reinforcements are approaching.
And here we go.
Attack with caution, Commander.
Oh, that's not good. Alright, he does have two of those. Okay. Alright, so it's just the one guy, so he's going to be dead pretty quickly. So I thought there was going to be more. We're going to run this guy off the field really quickly. We're going to grab these guys now. And we're going to want the high, the high ground. There we go. There we go. Moving into place. Our grudge throwers are already at work. We just ran off that guy. That's cool. Okay.
Querulous! Guards! Move now! Nothing can stop us!
Go.
Formacy ready! Gyrocopter! Rain fast!
And here we go.
Charge!
Okay.
For the Harrigan! Querulous! I! Vengeance! No! Move! Grudge thrower!
Okay.
Querulous!
Fold in. We're going to want you over here. We're going to want you taking out them, you taking out them, you taking out them.
Iron Freights!
And this is where it's going to happen. You pull back.
Let's start shooting!
Yeah. And that's where the Iron Drakes come into play.
I at your command! Grudge thrower! Pursuit! Iron Freights! War of vengeance! Our fire undimmed!
And so, as you can see here, this is where the dwarves really excel. Now, bear in mind, we are on normal, so this is, I mean, it's not easy, but it's normal, which, using these kind of tactics makes it fairly easy. I mean, really what this game is about is understanding what, you know, paper, scissors, you know, rock, basically. And we've done that well here, and that's why we're getting the wins. So again, we can chase the guys and kill as many of them as we can. And yeah, all right, we're going to end it there, guys. So a good battle, and that'll be our last battle for this evening, or today, where however you're watching it. So we did quite well there. We took 55 losses, and yeah, we were 246 and 524. So quite well. Despite the stuff up of me sorting out for just one chieftain, could have just sent Grombertle there realistically, but that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, so guys, if you really like this, then please, you know, like write some stuff in the comments. I'd love to get some feedback. You know, tick the bell, subscribe, do the like thing. If you're on Facebook, then like, follow the page, share the page. You know, if you follow me on Instagram or on Twitter as well. Yeah, cool. All right, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.